Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from jazzledazzlecrafts.com. In fact, that's not true anymore. It's Janice Thompson from jazzledazzlecraft.co.uk. Hi, I'm just getting set up. Just come on to do I've not been on for ages, so I've just come on to do a simple card. I think we're just about, let me see, just trying to get it so that you can see everything. Hello, who's in tonight? Anyone else at home crafting? Hi Amy, how are you? Where are you in fact, Amy? Hi Monica, hi Gloria, hi Randy. Nice to see you. It was Mum's birthday yesterday. She was 85. Now I've known all year when her birthday was, but I found myself on Thursday night having not made a card for her. I had gifts organised, but I hadn't organised a card, so I kind of had to do one in a hurry. I think I might have a picture of it somewhere, but I didn't really record it properly, so I thought I would just come on and make another one, but this time probably use it for a Mother's Day card, for a couple of commissions I've got for Mother's Day cards, so it might get used for that. But I just thought I'd share what was a very effective but quick and easy card using the Pleased As punch, I think. Well, no it's not, it's the tulip punch. What blether I am. It's the tulip punch and the Timeless Tulips stamp set. I'm just going to put my stamp back in just now. Probably only just going to use a sentiment and the stocks, which I don't have put in. Here they go. Tidied up and then didn't get out what I need. So there's a couple of stocks for the tulips in this set. These are probably the only stamps that I will use along with the sentiment. I'm going to do everything from the paper just to show you how quickly it goes. Hi Steph, hi Vanessa. If I've missed anyone, I do apologise. We're just wanted to show you this fantastic paper that coordinates with our punches. It's just a fabulous pack of paper. So where did I put the pack? I did have it. I've got my trimmer out ready to chop in the card because I'm doing this from scratch with you today. So where are we? Vanessa, you're in Australia, so it's morning for you. So you must be that side of the world too. Oh yeah, Carol, because you're saying good morning. Hiya. Yeah, Mum was 85 yesterday, so we took her for lunch along with my stepfather, who's quite poorly, but he enjoyed it. In fact, they both enjoyed it. But anyway, I'm just showing you this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. I love the tulips. It's spring, it's Easter, it's happy birthday, it's everything, isn't it? And happy Mother's Day as well. In the UK we celebrate Mother's Day in March. So we've got these hearts that go with our heart punch. The umbrellas go with the umbrella punch. And the hearts are gorgeous. I did use some of these at Valentine's. Well, although I'm using the back of the hearts one with the gingham pattern. The back of the umbrella one is lovely rain on that beautiful balmy blue. I love that colour. These with the, what is that set called? I use it all the time and I can't remember what it's called. But the stamp set that goes with this and the punch are free in celebration. Hi there, yeah Gloria, it is afternoon for you guys. It's evening here. It's actually after 9 o'clock here in the UK, but I've just done all the things I had to do today, so I'm just settling down for a bit of crafting. The beautiful stripe, I need to do something with this, I haven't thought that out. And today I'm using the tulips. I thought some people might find it quite tricky to work out how to get tulips out of this So these are available if you speak to your demonstrator. Please does Punch Designer Series papers came out to coordinate with a lot of our punches, as you see. But so I'm making basically almost a 6x6 card. I'm using centimetres for card making. So what I do, this is because I'm lazy. So I just thought I'd show you my lazy practice. Can you see the top of that there? So I pop in my trimmer, my piece of A4 card, and I take it to 14.4. For an American measurements are probably just about 5 3/4, but I'm going 14.5 centimetres. But 5 3/4 almost would work. 6 would work. It's just the envelopes that I have, 6x6 is just a wee bit tight. So anyway, so right, so just cutting that out, like I said, 14.5 centimetres. I'm going to use some of this strip in this card. Oh, thanks, Randy. I think I did manage how to work out how to share it in my own groups before I came on. But this is my lazy way to do this card, because I've not always got room on my desk to pull this very useful arm out. So I've devised this kind of lazy way of doing this. So I lay the card at 14.4 and I use my scorer. Take it out and I fold my card and I turn it around, and that's not very evenly. My bone folder, just get this straight. That's straight now, and then I'll just put the fold at 14.5 and trim this wee extra bit off. And if that's not lazy, I don't know what is, but I can't be bothered clearing my desk so that I can move the arm out. But there's always a quick way around things. So base card, 14.5 centimetres squared. Lily, obviously your different measurements, it's just a lazy tip, Monica. Then I'm going to come in, I'm going to put a piece of, this is petal pink. I'm going to cut this at 14. I'm going to flip that over because that corner's a bit unsquashed, so if I chop that one off, that makes my square nice and tidy. So that's my next layer, and I'm using this backing paper, which of course has these gorgeous hearts on the other side, but the gingham's equally beautiful. So then I'm going to chop this at 13.5. So what's everybody up to just now? Anybody crafting just now? And this 13.5 to make a 13.5 square. I'm sure it all worked out. So that's my layers for my card, and then I want this bit here to be the same length as the paper, so that was 13.5. You making cards, Gloria? Yeah, you're right, Monica, because when you trim it, you're catching it just exactly. So I'm just cutting a piece of the bit that we cut off the main sheet. Well, at least you're organised, Randy. You're doing your card a bit in advance. Maybe about 10 days or so in advance. So that's real good stuff. Me, what we say in Scotland, I'm always at the coos tail. Right, so I'm going to be using this strip for stamping, and then I'll be sticking it all together. So I think that's the trimmer out the way. I'm doing this from memory just to share what I did, because I did find a wee trick with the punching with the paper. Now what I haven't done is checked which, I've got about 6 bottles of glue out here, and I don't know which one's got glue in. Oh, well Carol, that's what I quite like to do at the weekend, is just to chill with my coffee and catch up on what everybody else has been making. So check a lot of YouTube videos while I'm having my coffee in the morning. Right. Here's another wee tip. I don't know, I've got one of these little jars that sits on its side there, and I just pop my glue in there. Can you see that? I'm making this into a Mother's Day card, this one, but obviously not for my mum, because she got this design for her birthday, so I'll have to think of a different one. But I think I actually will make her a Mother's Day card with this paper. I might do it with the small blooms, because I can't remember its proper name and I can't see it, the stamp set in front of me at the moment. Yeah, it's really handy. You can see it's all gunked up with dried glue, but it keeps it handy beside me. And 2, so there's 2 tips you've had already. Some people use like maybe an egg cup or something like that, but a wee jar is handy. And I can't remember, I think it was sweeties that was in this wee jar. I think it was actually from a wedding. It was like on the table, a table gift at the wedding. And so I came across it a while ago, and I've been using it for my glue. But I think you can buy these in kitchen shops and places if you really wanted to have exactly the same. I'm sure you've got something around that would do the same thing. Anyway, so that's my layers. That's that bit layered up, and I'm going to, well, I'm going to stamp the stalks on this. So of course I need my block, which of course I haven't got ready. It's all right, Louisa, there's no attendance time. You don't have to be in for a particular time. Oh, I've got this block here, look. There are blocks on my table. So where did I put the stamp set? Oh, here it is, right beside me here. The sentiments in here are really good. So, may the memories of yesterday comfort you today. What a beautiful difference one single life makes. There's a wee hello. There's happy birthday. Then there's this one which is quite sweet. Happy Easter, happy spring, happy, happy everything. Well, that's good in the UK and probably in America, but for you guys in Australia that probably doesn't make sense, because Easter and spring don't coincide, do they? But for us they coincide, so it's sensible. But then you can always mask off and just use the happy Easter from there. You could even do stamp surgery and cut it off. It's got a lovely get well soon, and it's got happy Mother's Day. But if you wanted to use it for Easter, then of course you could just use a happy Easter from another set. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, or over that side of the world. Anyway, I would like the stalks from here. That one has well, I'm going to lay them down and show you again. Because these have got a natural curve in them, it's better to lay them flat and just let them relax, although I do want the tops of them to sort, not quite together, but sort of right, see if they'll fit on like that. So then put them on your block. So I can't decide whether this wider bit's the bit that goes for the flower, but it won't matter because they're not really going to show. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green because that's the green that's in here. It's nice and bright. So all I'm going to do is put some stalks on this piece of paper, and then we're going to do some punching. So get it inked up with my Granny Apple Green. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to run out of power on my phone. I better plug it in. I'll sort the cable in a minute. Just give me a second. I forgot it did tell me it was on low power. Sorry if I made you a bit seasick there. Right. Well, very good, Wendy. Very clever. Mind you, my jam jar didn't cost anything. It was given. Right, so spot the deliberate mistake. Janice has got this one upside down. Did you see that? It would still give me a stalk, but not quite the stalk I was after. So let's just turn that one up that way. Sometimes I even surprise myself with my own stupidity. So I want the base of the stalks kind of off the paper anyway. I'm just going to put a few stalks. I'm going to pile this up into a bouquet of tulips. I love tulips. Does anyone else? Tulips do make me think of spring. And that's enough. It's just some stalks which I'll just ground. I'll possibly put a bit of ribbon or something, I don't know yet, but I'm going to close my ink so I don't get it on everything. And then I'm just going to stick this onto my card. Wrong glue, Janice. Get the one that you put in the jar, why don't you? I always end up opening a new one for class and then I'm using up all the bits. I like daffodils too. I absolutely adore daffodils. I adore tulips and irises, and that would be my favourite bouquet. If it's springtime, I love to receive. Sometimes just buy them for myself because sometimes that makes sure you get them. But I love daffodils, tulips and irises together. But I do like a bunch of tulips in a jug, and I enjoy them when they start to go droopy. I just think as they start hanging over, they're so artistic looking. I just like them. And there you go, I've put that the wrong way. Completely the wrong way. I don't know if I'm going to get away with this or not. You're just going to have to ignore me. Anyone else done that before? Don't know if there's enough glue left on it to hold it flat. What a dope. And I'm going to have my tulips. I just let that glue dry, but we're going to have a big bouquet of tulips on this card, bigger than the one we had on the last one, because it's got to cover up that messy glue. But I had it so that it wasn't even, I couldn't even do it turning that way because it was, oh, I don't know what I've done. Anyway. Yeah, it's a bit windy here in Scotland too. But anyway, let's get down to business here. While I see my dimensionals, I'm going to get my case of dimensionals out. I'm going to use them. So anyway, tulips, tulip punch. Now, as you see, the tulip punch has got the tulip head and a leaf. And if I say I try to go and maybe punch this one out, then well, it's actually that I chose the wrong one, didn't I? But if you choose other ones, they're impacting on the other ones in the thing. So actually I'll get away with this one, so I'm going to do it because I'm going to use the other side for a few leaves. So that you're going to get the wee white rim round. Can you see okay? And this bit that's punched out, because this is green and but stripy, but it doesn't matter. It's green on the other side. I'm keeping that to add some leaves in. I need quite a few tulip heads, so I'm even going to take this one here, the one that's got, because I'm going to build them up into a sort of 3D bouquet, I'll be able to hide that in underneath somewhere. So I'm going to cut it anyway. And again, here's my scissors. We will get enough. So what I think we'll do here is we'll chop away. This is what I did. I kind of went the paper and just cut some long. We'll keep this bit for holding it. And I'll do that again in a minute. Just cut some strips. These ones that I've got bits missing, they'll be used for tucking under. So most of that flower's still visible, so that's fine. And then we'll get this pink one. So then just cut off the bit. I've kept this, I always keep a bit so that I can get a grip of it and then I can get it into my punch. I'm glad to hear it, Amber. I'm not the only person. But it's just now changed this card a little bit because I'll need to cover up the glue. So that's just going to make it an even bigger bouquet. So that's okay. So then I've got 4 and I've got this little scrap left, and will I get a leaf out of this, do you think? Yep. We can get it in proper glue. There we go. So there's another leaf. And put the scraps in the bin, otherwise I'm going to end up with a messy desk. So it's a slow process, but you know, I should get enough to just take my time. So this is what I did with it. So I mean, this is the second card from this sheet, so I will get quite a lot from it. Move that out of my way. We might need more, but we'll take these ones and then we'll start putting them on and see where we go with this. So just pop it into the punch. Use your snips and chop that bit off. Now see, if I cut that one now, it's going to make a mess of that one, so I'm not going to do that one right now. Oops, I'm going to just do this one. So just a wee bit of thinking required. Not always my best thing, actually, thinking, but you know. So we'll just chop the scrappy bits out the way, and then we'll get this one. It's a lovely selection of colours in this paper. And I love the way that these look like they've been stamped, but they haven't. See, I've nicked the bottom of that one, but that's okay because that will be an underneath one. Right, so there's a bit of a leaf there. So we'll see where we go with what we've got, and then we'll know, we can maybe select some. So, you know, I'm going to, I'll need one coming over here. Whoops. I don't know if I should use my glue rubbers to get, I could use my glue rubber. You can get this one's a bit messy, but you can get these from the online shops. Now it looks messy at first when you're first, it will take the glue off. However, I have damaged the paper a little bit with the glue, so see how it's gathering it all now. Still just a wee bit wet. Maybe this is a video to show you how to fix mistakes. Maybe I deliberately made the mistake so I could show you how to fix it. I'm just going to take these, because it's quite a lot. Normally I just use this for just tiny wee bits, but it's amazing. You just keep taking that off and bringing it towards the edge of the card. Come away. Take it off this rubber as well though, so that it is coming. But I did do an awful lot. It's coming. Well, it's just making you think, Wendy, about what you're doing. Because also, I mean, it would work as background paper without punching it out. And maybe just pick out a couple from, you know. I'm not going to mess with this just now. It does look a bit grotty, but once I build it up with the flowers, it'll be fine. So I'm going to use my dimensionals. Let's see if I can find any. There's bits there. But have you seen the black ones as well? They're still available. We had them in the winter catalogue, but you can still order them. That one's got stuck in the back. These are fantastic. So you've got black, big hexagons, and the small ones. I've got all kinds of dimensionals in here. So I actually might use some of the black, well, maybe not, they'll show through, but we've got light ones. I think I've got a new packet if I need them, but we'll see how we go. We'll use up all the bits on these, all the scraps. So I only use about 2 on each one, so I wouldn't actually need an awful lot. So this one, the ones that I've got bits missing, I'm going to kind of use them where I'm going to, whoops, you need to take the backends off them. Oh, Vanessa, that's too funny. But it's, hi Tammy, I didn't see you come in, you sneaked in there. Yeah, Vanessa, it's happened to all of us before, I'm sure. And this one here, I'm not quite sure about that one at the moment, but let's get something like another colour. So basically at the moment, I'm just going to put one towards the top of most of the stalks. I'm just putting a couple of dimensionals on each one. Oops. Oh, I never cut that one out. Where's my punch? This one won't be so easy because now see if you do this, there is an easy way to do it. If you take, that's if you can find them, if you take a post-it note just a normal size one. Tear it in half really would be the best idea here. And where's my bit of paper? Right, so if I just stick this onto the post-it note like that, then I've got something to hold on to. Of course, she puts it on the wrong place, doesn't she? Like that way. The black dimensionals, I think, with dark colours, I'm just thinking that with these are quite pale, they maybe would show through. But if you're working with black and very dark colours, the black dimensionals are really good because they, you know, even if you look into the side of the card, they don't show. But white ones might on dark colours. Just giving you more options. If you do want to get some black ones and you can't find the, you will find them in the search when you're shopping on your demonstrator site, but I'm just going to leave that bit of post-it note on there, it won't do any harm. But if you're stuck, just ask your demonstrator, and if you don't have a demonstrator and you're in the UK, I'd be delighted to be your demonstrator. We've got a purple one there, and then we're just going to keep building up. We're going to have to cut a few more, I think, because it's going to have to be a fairly big bouquet. We're going to put this one maybe about there. Going to have to come wider though. I think might have to get another stock and stamp it that direction. We'll see. And then we'll have a pink one maybe about here. So I'm using up all my bits here, so we'll just, yeah, it's just nice colours, isn't it? And it's just going to come together. You could just play, just adding it all, just keep going. I'm just using up the scraps, not scraps, but the edge pieces of the dimensional. So I'm just going to pop this in here, on there. And then, let's see, where did I put my stocks? I wonder if I'll just have one kind of dripping. Let's see. What you can do is, if you're you can bend them a bit more if you want. Do you know how they just tend to droop a bit? So let's have one that droops to cover up my gluey mess. I wonder then if I can take the other one and bend it the other way. With these photopolymer ones, you can make them. Actually, I don't really need it that way, but oh, why not? Let's have a droopy one there. So again, you just keep on building up. We'll need to cut some more, but that's okay. Don't need a lot of dimensional. They're quite good once they're stuck down, they stay down. Let's see that one. And then I've only got this little bit of glue to get off here. It's come off much easier now that it's drier. And then we'll have to punch out some more. So let's punch out some more. So it's just a bouquet of tulips, something really nice and happy. I would like another purple one in this bouquet in a wee minute, but let's see. It's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get, said Forrest Gump. I keep losing the punch. What am I like? Da, 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 da. So I've covered up my gluey bits that I made the mess at the beginning, so we just need to finish building up the bouquet. And there's another leaf there. Chop that bit out my way. I'm making a bit of a paper mess actually, but that's alright. I love that you all help each other in a chat. I love that. You know, when I'm crafting, but you are able to chat to each other and help each other. Right, that's that one. So though it's taking me a wee while to do this, it's still relatively simple. Should be finished pretty quick. Just 2 of these wee sections is enough. Is that? Yeah, that's a deeper colour one. So we're going to put that one coming down there. Not too far off the edge there. So we need to just fill this bit in a wee bit. So, and I do want another purple, but maybe in the middle. So we're looking for something like that. Do you think? Where did I put that purple one here? I quite like that colour. A bit more purple. Oh, I've got dimensional stuck to my snips. I think I might need my post-it note as well, so let's just, there's the sticky bit, there it is. So just put that there, and then that just gives me something to guide with and get it. Yeah, I'm really liking the tulips. Oh, need to cut a bit off here. Do you see what I mean? You just keep going till you get it to do what you want it to do, what you need it to do. There we go. You better use this bit up. I've ended up sticking it to a stamp case, but it's going to end up everywhere, so I'm going to stick it on there, stick it on this bit, and then on there just so that it doesn't stick to anything else. Put that in the bin. Right. Where was I going to put the purple one? Do you think maybe about there? And that one over there, because we don't need that one, I don't think, just now. Might tuck it in up the top. Right, so we're going to go And then we'll stick some leaves in. Leave this area for a sentiment and a bit ribbon maybe. We'll leave these, they'll get used in something else. And then we'll see what leaves we've got. Oh, we've got some S. That up the way. This is my whole life. I tidy my craft desk, I mess up my craft desk. I tidy my craft desk, I mess up my craft desk. Is that anyone else the same? It doesn't seem to work in strips, it's a wee bit random. You might be able to, but I'm just using the scraps for the leaves. Because I'm using the leaves from I'm making my leaves from the other side of the paper, so the leaves are not got a white rim round them. Vanessa, I'll put that in the bin out of my way. Right, so then I'm just going to pop a few leaves in just to fill up the gaps. Hi Tracy, nice to see you. Oh, my glue's drunk. Don't even really know if I want them in this particular bouquet because I just have a few sticking out here and there. Don't need too much glue, they'll stay put. Fill up some of the wee gaps. I cannot really work out which way's the right way up for these leaves, but I don't think it matters much. It's just adding a wee bit of greenery in there. I don't think it really needs, it's just to add. I'm going to leave it at that, I think, because I think that would... Should I just have one? I'll just have one peeking out and maybe just won't look so gappy there. So if it's quite far under and then it won't. There we go. Tulip leaves don't usually go that high up, but never mind. There we go, that's it. It's stuck down enough, so it's quite 3D. I'm not sure how we're going to do the sentiment, however I do have this nice punch, and don't ask me what it's called. I need to get some labels and stick them on my punches because I never can remember. It's one of the new ones out of the Spring Summer Mini. I don't even have one handy, do I? Let me see. I might have. Yes, I do. Of course I do. So let's see what these punches are called. Somebody tell me, shout out. Shout at me. Where are they? Does anyone know what page they're on? There's probably an easy way to find out, isn't there? Right at the beginning. I don't think they're with a bundle, these though. Are they? Somebody help me. These two punches. I was going to use the wee one. Worst demonstrator in the world. Here they are. I don't have the stamp set that goes with them, but Label Me Lovely punch and the Label Me Fancy. So it was the Label Me Fancy one. It's reconnecting now. Don't know why that happened. Thanks Randy for pointing that out. So this is going that direction. I'm just going to line that up there. I'll punch that out, and I want that, kind of want it around here somewhere. So let's try punching the bigger one out and see what happens. Might be too much, but let's try it. That can go that way. Can it go that way? Could go that way, but then that's far too big. No, that's too big. Let's not. Let's punch out another of the little ones. Or would I be able to? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see if we can do this. Cut it in half. Yeah, I think that will work. Let's play. Yeah, I could put a bit of ribbon on as well. Let me make this first and we'll have a look, Randy. Because it is for Mother's Day, so it could be quite fancy, couldn't it? So put half of that there, and then bring the other half in. Ugh, Janice glue. Oh, I can't cope with that. I'm going to have to move this bit of paper because I'm going to end up really, I got overdid the glue there. And I don't want, I've had enough of a gluey mess on this card. I don't want. Let's just move this. It won't be too wasteful, but it's all stuck together. My fingers are sticky too. Then I've lost this. Right, give me a second to wipe my fingers. Yeah, don't know if ribbon will be too much. This actually has a ribbon. No, that not on that. On the little one, you can put this back in. I'm not going to, but you can then cut a slot for a ribbon. The punch is really clever, so you could cut slots for ribbon, or whoops, or this wee dot there, so you could put some fine ribbon through there. This is still quite big, but Saturday night internet. Pest. I don't know. Can't decide. I want to cover up some of that because it's a bit messy. Let's cut just a bit of this. So it doesn't have to be straight. Could tuck that under there. That's better if that's under there. That would work. What do you think about that? Would that work? Does looks okay, doesn't it? It's a lovely big bunch anyway. Happinessity. I think that, and we'll put some diamantes or something there. I think I'm out of the champagne ones. I'm waiting for them to come. Let's see. This will stick to the back of that, no bother, because I've got so much glue on there. I want to put that a wee bit off centre, because I'm just an off centre kind of girl. And yeah. Putting that across the ribbon as well, and then it won't come off. Obviously, you're doing yours, you can play with what you've got. You don't have to make it exactly the same as mine, but honestly, if you're able to get a pack of this paper, it is beautiful. Just going to pop that so that it's there, but I'm going to just take my snips and bring this tulip over the top there. I think that's better. I probably could have sponged that, you know, but it does look so. What I'm going to do is put some diamantes, why not? Sparkly it up a bit. So I do have these ones. Yeah, we are completely out of the champagne ones. They're so delicious, but I have more coming, do not fear. Right, let's open these ones. These ones just arrived. Don't want to come out. And just take my pick tool, and I think we'll have a big one there and a big one right up there, and I'm going to have 3 smaller ones. One there, and actually two. And 3. I think that's okay, don't you? That's perfectly acceptable. A big bouquet of tulips, I'd be happy to receive that. Just got, where's my glue rubber? Just a tiny little bit there bothering me. Do you know, I can make or break a project, a wee gluey mess, but that's fine, that's it sorted now. So thank you, ladies. And I know that Mother's Day's not, it's not time for Mother's Day for all of you guys, but it is for us in a couple of weeks. So I've got a few commissions, so there you go, one done. A few more to do. So thank you very much for joining me this Saturday evening in the UK, and I really appreciate you sticking with me to the end. If you don't already subscribe, please press the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so that you get to know when I'm doing something else. If you're watching on the replay, feel free to fast forward some of the bits. They probably could be a bit boring. And see you next time. Thank you. Bye. I'll maybe have